Joker's talking to the mob. Says we kill the Batman.
It's a simple plan.
we
We
kill. Damn.
All right. Let's getting the YouTube link out. We are officially. Oh, nice.
Ah, damn. Were we live?
Yes.
Excuse me. That was not very wise.
No one's here yet. It'll be fine.
I'll throw it up on Instagram.
Send it to your boys too.
Yeah. They're all still at the Rush thing.
Oh. What was the event
I'll
tonight?
send it. Just wings.
Oh, nice.
At Seastone. It's one of the bars here. I'll send it on mass text on Friday.
There you go. There you go.
No reason for everyone not to be here for happy hour.
Exactly. Tell them the. Oh God! I just saw the Billy football tweet. 100 next turn 142 miles or 542 miles.
Is it him and PFT?
And one other guy in the back.
Oh, it's probably like one of the producers. Woj ESPN can't receive your message. They don't allow new message requests from everyone.
No, that's a shame.
It was after you tagged him.
Yeah. Poor Woj. All right, let's get started.
Yep.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm here.
We'll talk about them after we talk about the games.
Yeah.
All right, word. All right,
Them.
3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
We'll get to you later, but you holding up?
I'm hanging
feeling
in
fine.
there.
All right,
I'm hanging in.
that's good.
It's been a long 24 hours. As a sports fan in this area.
In the DMV, as they say.
Yes, that is correct.
Well, we'll talk about them afterwards because we gotta get to the games at first. We gotta get to. We're already getting comments about them too. My mom is desperately asking for them. But first we'll talk about the games. Bengals Chiefs. Let's start off with the first one. What an amazing
Give it to me.
What?
I predicted it.
Man, you got it. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
I'll give it to you. No, you did. You did predict it. It was what a run by that Bengals team. Mm-hmm. It came out today that Sam Hubbard said that they did it for Harambe. So that we should have known all along. If they would have said at the beginning, like, we're doing this for Harambe, I would have bet the house on them making the Super Bowl.
Was that their first playoff appearance since that his tragic death?
So, yeah, I think so.
I think it probably was.
It probably was because they haven't been there since. Who's the guy?
Dalton.
What's his name? Yeah, but what's his coach's name? God.
Oh, Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis was a hero for Cincinnati.
If you're a longtime listener, Harambe was, I believe, our top one animal.
Oh yeah, I think we both tied. He was definitely
number one.
I think he was so unanimous that we didn't even fight over him. We just gave him the number one, and then
that was like when we did
Godzilla.
What was it, monsters or lizards? I forget what it was, but Godzilla was the number one, and the rest of the list was so bad.
Because Godzilla is just better than everyone else.
Because every lizard was just not Godzilla.
Speaking of everything is not as good as the other, the Chiefs. Not as good as the Bengals. Apparently, that was actually a choke job, one that has not been talked about enough.
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals deserve all the credit that they're getting, and I love Burrow as much as the next guy, and I think that they're awesome. But you're right, this Chiefs team they had multiple chances throughout this game at home, put it away to put the nail in the coffin. The one at the end of the first half when it was, what was it, 21-10?
Mm-hmm.
And they
threw a bubble screen
easily
at 5 seconds
come
left.
away with points, and they throw it short of the end zone with no timeouts, run out of time, goes to halftime. And then at the end of the game, it looked like it was over. They were driving down 3, get inside the 10-yard line. They can literally just run out the clock and score a touchdown. We all expect it to happen, and then they blew that one too.
That second play, the last one you were describing, they're down 3, they're driving down, they get to the red zone, and Patrick Mahomes forgets how to play football.
Mm-hmm.
One play, he totally forgets how to play football. He runs around the pocket. He has all the time in the world. There was 3 people like open, and he's not throwing the football. Even when the guys break through the offensive line and go to sack him, he just keeps running. At that point, you're already out of the numbers. Throw the ball out of bounds. Why are you taking that sack? It would have been really funny if that sack took him out of field goal range and they missed the kick and they didn't even get to overtime. Yeah, but I think it's better. I think it's funnier that they got to go to OT. They got the damn. They got the tails.
The third thing is that they got the coin toss again. They got the ball, and after all the shit this week where we were like complaining about the overtime rules and it's not fair, it's just a coin toss. They come out, incompletion. Should have been a pick, and then a pick.
And what does he do? He turned into Rodgers, where he only was like, all right, I have to target Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. That's it. That's the only 2 people I can throw to. And I don't know if that's just like not trusting the other guys, but the other guys were open, and I get like it's DeMarcus Robinson and Byron Pringle and Mecole Hardman, but
they make plays.
They're open, and when you get to the point where you're only throwing it to Tyreek Hill, I mean, they're gonna figure it out at some point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked like Heineke on the overtime drive. That's who he reminded me of. Because there was the one pick that was like, which had every big drive that Heineke has had in his life is a play where he throws it right to the defender and he drops it, and you're like, woof.
And then the next play, he throws
completely different story. Well, Heineke, like on the good drives, then he bounces right back, and because he's not afraid. On the bad drives, yes, then a pick eventually follows when he just forces it in. That's exactly what happened on the next play, which was kind of a lucky pick, the way the ball bounced, but you can't really complain about that bounce after the drop on the last play.
Oh, no, exactly. And this game, it ended up being the same exact game as the first one.
Yeah.
This was it. I mean, it was the same one. It looked like at the beginning that they were going to run them out of town. Like when they had the bubble screen, and when you look at that bubble screen play, 5 seconds left in the half, or what, like 5 seconds left, only half, no timeouts. Why aren't you throwing?
I think it was 5 seconds.
Why aren't you throwing a fade or just kick the field goal?
I don't know.
So
I mean, you can't. The one thing you can't do is throw it behind the
line of scrimmage. Yeah, or inbounds. Like you have to throw it to the end zone at least. You can't throw it inbounds, not in the end zone. And what I heard is that this was Andy Reid, not his play, but he said we're taking out the field goal range, and Mahomes was like, no, hold up, let me orchestrate this offense. So Mahomes got a little cocky, and I feel like all these Chiefs losses that have happened all season, even when they looked bad, it's because they were trying to be too cocky, trying to be too cute, and I don't know why they never figured out that they can just win football games. They don't have to look amazing every time.
I've never seen a team look that unstoppable for 30 whole minutes
and then bad.
Go and score 3 points in the second half. It was such a massive switch, and and they weren't putting together drives either.
They're doing nothing.
Aside from the last drive to tie the game and send it to overtime, they were going 3 and out, 1 first down, and then punt. Every time. It was
and that drive to go tie the game, that when people were like, "Oh, let him score. What are you talking about? They haven't scored all game. They haven't scored all half. Why would you ever let them score? And even if you did have enough time and you draw, you have been stopping them, and the defense they did stop them. The resilience of this Bengals team, that they just never die. They have there's no one. They have boys, but they're not. There's no one no star on the defense. And the fact that they can think that they even have a chance against this team is incredible, and it's total props to Burrow and Zach Taylor and all these guys, where no one thought they were going to be there.
I love too how every time the Bengals would come off the field, they'd show Burrow, and his face from when they were getting their asses kicked in the first half compared to his face in the second half, it was completely the same. He does not change. He is stone faced the whole game.
No, he is, and it's a confidence. I think it's where you have the Kyler Murray when we talked about the stone face, where he would just sit there, but that was a dumb face. He was just
that was pouting.
Yeah, he was just
Burrow just is all right, whatever.
No, Burrow. It's not. Nothing shakes that guy, and that's what makes him so great. There's never when he got sacked 9 times last week. You think that affected him at all? No, clearly not. It didn't. So the fact that he already has this in his second year is it's a testament to him, and it's awesome.
Yeah. You said Zach Taylor too. I haven't heard Zach Taylor get any credit at all.
I know.
I feel bad for him a little
I
bit.
do too. He took the team to the Super Bowl, and I mean, of course it's on Burrow, but no one has talked about Zach Taylor. People don't even mention his name. People don't even know who he is.
The casual NFL fan does not know who Zach Taylor is.
No, and what's sad is that he's in the Super Bowl right now, and the casual NFL fan probably won't know what his name is until
the pregame of the Super Bowl, when there'll be some backstory about his wife's cousin's grandmother
who died tragically. And it's funny because it should be a big story. He was the Rams QB coach literally 2 years ago.
Oh yeah,
years ago.
That's right.
Yeah. So
yeah, because he was part of the group that got taken away. Where it was
when
just
the
let's hire everyone who
had a
Sean McVay
conversation
has spoken to.
Yes. That was a great
That's how he got a job. And I remember thinking, really, this is the guy? He was Jared Goff's QB coach, and now he's getting the reins to Cincinnati, and there they are in the Super Bowl.
Also,
and I guess bad coaches win Super Bowls and make it to Super Bowls, but in the moment, I don't know if he's a good coach or a bad coach, but he's in a Super Bowl, so you got to give him some credit.
And the defensive coordinator, to hold the Chiefs' offense to 3 points in the second half, why isn't he he's done it twice now that he's beaten the Chiefs, and it held them to nothing in the second half. How is he not getting looked at for jobs? He held him to 6 points the 2 times they played him in the second half of both games.
That just doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. No, it really doesn't happen. So the fact that he is he's not getting looked at. I don't know who his name is. So I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, I'm just happy the Chiefs are gone. We never have to see them until next year. And the Mahomes family is in shambles.
It's crazy how the only reason that I was really rooting against him is because of his family. I don't have a problem with anyone on this team, aside from sometimes they get too cocky and that's annoying. But other than the fact that he has the most obnoxious 2 family members on the face of the earth, I like the Chiefs.
Do you think he sees all that stuff? He has to see some of it.
He's got to, right?
He's got to see some of it.
He has to know that everyone hates them.
And I just wonder if it's you think he sees those and he's like, man, she is annoying. God, she won't.
That's the mother of my child.
Yeah, it's and he's like, man, it's been 12 years of blindness. I'm stuck. I'm stuck now. And his brother. Do you think he's just man, my brother's a little disrespectful, little twerp. Jesus. Both of them are, and the best part about them is that neither of them ever know the consequences of their own actions.
Mm-hmm.
Then
they think they run the universe,
and they think people love them. I don't understand how they could think people love them.
I don't know. I feel like Brittany at this point has to know that people don't like her.
Oh yeah,
Because
like,
she's not like Jackson has TikTok followers, so like someone has to like him, right?
That's what
I've
who's
never
following him on
seen
TikTok?
anyone. It's got to be mostly people to make fun of him, but either way, like he's getting views. Like Brittany, like she doesn't do anything that's worth getting views. She's just annoying.
God, she is annoying. But I'm glad it's finally over.
I'm glad to.
Speaking of another choke job, the king of chokes, Mr. Kyle Shanahan, is back in all of his glory.
Yep.
And I gotta say, I kind of feel bad for Jimmy G. Like he didn't do the job. But it's not his. I don't think it's all on him.
I started feeling a little bad, not even just like in general, just because like personally, because I have been hating him so much. And then they finally lost, and I was like, you know what? I've really given Jimmy G a tough time. And I start like as if he knows that I hate him this much. And like I started feeling bad for it. I was like, he's probably a nice guy. I'm sure he's trying his best. But I mean, he wasn't good.
No, he wasn't good, but I don't blame this loss on him.
I would.
The running game just completely fell apart, and towards the end of the game, they just like gave up on Deebo Samuels.
Yeah,
it's like, what are you doing? Why is this guy not getting jet sweeps and
that's
little
Shanahan.
dump
That's
off?
all Shanahan. Well, I don't feel bad for it all because he's a rat.
No, yeah, I don't care about that. I hate Shanahan, but you're right. This is all on Shanahan, and it's the same thing that. It's been happening every single time he loses these damn games. It's like, why does George Kittle have 2 freaking catches?
Another 10-point fourth quarter lead that they had.
They got 0 in the fourth quarter to 13.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrendous.
It can't happen.
And you look back at that 4th down call, that 4th and 2, where Sean McVay, who first of all, was Sean McVay like on crack cocaine? Like, what was going on with his challenges?
I don't know. When I saw that he was about to burn his last time out on that challenge, I was like, "Are we serious?"
Yeah, it's like, bro, you're
really
down 10. What are you doing?
I didn't even realize that the 2 timeouts had already disappeared for some reason.
Oh yeah,
Somebody
I had no
said
idea
that
what was
McVay was burning timeouts like he burns first-round picks.
Also, backtrack just a little bit, but we'll get back to it in 1 second. This is a good point. We've known Andy Reid can't handle the clock.
Yes.
We've known that he chokes games.
I actually said when they were driving down, we all had the bank. We were watching it out at some bar, and we were all on the Bengals. And I remember saying like, can't let them score here, and our only chance is that Andy Reid just botches the clock. And then it got down to that.
He does every time.
Yes.
It's like, and he wins 1 Super Bowl, so everyone forgave him, but. This is now, he's been to 4 straight conference championships, NFC side and AFC side, and has come out with 1 Super Bowl.
That's an incredible stat that he's done it on both sides.
It's unparalleled, man. Like, that is insane. And he's hosted those games, hasn't he?
Yeah. The Chiefs, every one, I think.
Yeah, the Chiefs hosted all 4 of them.
Titans last year.
No, yeah, they've all 4.
All 4 at home. The Eagles, at least like 2 of them.
That is just
Maybe
ridiculous.
More.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
All right, let's get back to the other greatest choke artist, Kyle Shanahan, real quick. I just don't. I don't know what like that. First of all, you look at that pick that Jaquiski Tartt should have gotten, which now Jaquiski Tartt is like a household name because of that dropped pick.
And it's I said this the other day that it's the name of a guy who like would drop a big interception like that. Tartt.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why it's like that, but it is. That was the Stafford big pick that we were scared of this whole time. Where every time we talked about the Rams, we're saying we both like the Rams, but we have this fear deep down that he'll throw a absolutely backbreaking interception. That was it.
No, when he threw it out, I was like, there it is, picture perfect. And it was in his hands twice.
It was a punt.
That was a punt. It's right in his hands. Then, oh man, I feel bad for him. He's a trooper though. I gotta admit. I saw him he tweeted out like, "Hey, this is like he took all responsibility." So I don't know. At least he's a nice guy for that. But it does suck.
The closest thing, maybe not the closest thing, but what it reminded me of kind of was the Marcus Williams play, where obviously it wasn't like in the last seconds of the game, but it was
the game ceiling,
that one, where like all Marcus Williams had to do was sit there and wait for Diggs to catch the ball and make a tackle on bounds. All this guy had to do was catch a punt.
That way, I saw a thing on Instagram today, like, because I guess he's a free agent. Like, oh, where is Marcus Williams gonna sign? And I was like, definitely not the Saints. They hate him down there. I remember when that happened, people on Madden were making him punters, cutting him.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Well, the Rams, congrats to them. I didn't think they were it was shaky for a while, so I was worried about them. And I don't know.
It's really not a very exciting game.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't very good. And besides watching the choke unfold. But it is crazy how we've had game-winning field goals in the past 6 games. No, besides the Bills Chiefs, that was a touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, game-winning plays.
Yeah, game-winning plays.
I mean, the Rams one wasn't like at the buzzer, but.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't?
I could have sworn it was, but it doesn't matter.
The Niners got the ball back with a minute left. That's how. We didn't even talk about my wise picks that went 3-0.
Oh, really? Did it? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Chase scored a touchdown. Bengals hit over on the points, and Jimmy Garoppolo with the most beautiful beat of all time. They got the ball. They got the ball back. The total was 232.5. They get the ball down 3 points with a minute left, and Garoppolo has 235 yards. First play, incompletion. Second play, throws it behind the sticks. They lose 3 yards. And then the next play, his mind just absolutely melts, and he throws a pick.
First of all, why is he throwing behind the sticks when he's got 1 minute left?
I have no idea.
And, like, if you're going to throw behind the sticks, give it to Debo. I don't remember if that was Debo or not, but
no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was Benjamin,
I think Debo at like the 10-minute mark of the quarter, then got like 0 receptions or targets the whole game. It's a shame.
Doesn't make sense. When I watch the 49ers, I always think to myself, why doesn't Debo touch the ball in every single play? He's the most electric player on the field always.
You have 2 options, Kittle or Debo. That should be your Hill and Kelsey. And it's not. I don't know why. Well, I don't know what they're doing, and it's all a testament to Kyle Shanahan, the boy genius, who everyone
Well, it works until it matters.
Yeah, that's true.
When they're like in week 9 against the Rams or whatever, those guys are going off for 150 yards and they're touching the ball every other play. In the conference championship against the Rams, they don't touch it once in the fourth quarter.
But why? Like, why is that a thing?
Because of Kyle. I don't know.
Oh, Kyle. Kyle. All right, so the Super Bowl matchup. It's a good one. It is. It's a likable one. It's like no one really loses. I feel like. And my spins. I told you I had a spin zone for the New England Patriots.
You did say that.
I always got a spin zone for the New England Patriots.
I wasn't really sure where you're going with that.
Look at the 2 quarterbacks, both tall pocket passers, good in the pocket. Kind of sounds like Mac Jones, right? Not a runner. He's not running around.
That's the spin zone.
Yeah, man. Pocket passers wins games, baby.
Mac Jones looks like the guy that are playing in the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah.
Who else does? Jimmy G.
Yeah, but Jimmy G made it to the conference championship.
Yeah, but Jimmy G sucks.
Yeah, he sucks enough to go to the conference championship. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is you don't see Jalen Hurts, you don't see Lamar Jackson, you don't see any running quarterbacks. Josh Allen, none of them here. Here, it's a big game.
Break. You're saying that as if it's not like a thing in the NFL that pocket passers are generally more successful than.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's been a trend for the last 70 years.
Yeah, I'm aware. That's I'm proud of Mac. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. That's all.
That's a pretty lame spin zone. I was expecting better.
You know what? All right, let's get to your team then. All right, so it's time. Let's talk about the Washington Commanders.
I should have thought about what I was gonna say on here. I didn't really prepare anything.
I'll start off.
First of all,
okay.
Oh no, I can go for it. First of all, they did a horrible job of protecting the information.
Yeah, how do you leave the banner in the window?
Right,
it's a glass window.
The worst part. The worst part was that they made like the making the brand video, and in the one that they released on their website, they had like Jason Wright was holding pieces of paper, and they blurred out the logos in the
notes.
Oh,
and they didn't send the blur.
On the one that they sent to NBC, it wasn't blurred out, so the logo was right there. And when it came out today, it was like, oh, where have we seen that before? Right, in the video that they shared with NBC. So that was the first huge mistake. Then Theismann goes on the radio 2 days ago, and they're like, Joe, do you know what the name is? And he's like, nah, I'm just like everyone else. I'm going to find out on Wednesday. And then the radio host goes, so do you think the fans will embrace the name Commanders? And he goes, oh, yeah, I think that they'll love the Commanders. And then he goes on like a minute spiel about why he likes that name. And then they leave the banner hanging up in the window of FedEx Field. So that was like the nail in the coffin, but it was unbelievably botched. So that was the first issue that I had.
All right, I'll just keep going until I give my.
The second issue is that Jason Wright this whole time is like trying to say that it's this whole process of like incorporating the whole community and choosing a name that represents everybody in the DMV. And then you just get this generic ass Commander's name. And still he's like, we really feel like Commanders represents everybody in this area. And we
like, who does that represent?
The future. And it's like, what are you talking about? He's literally just talking out of his ass. And that can't be like a Snyder thing. Like, why would that be his name of choice? I don't know. So it feels like he actually has some say here, and he screwed it up. So that gives me no faith going forward. Thirdly, uniforms.
They suck.
I like the helmets.
The helmets are cool.
I don't mind the helmets, except for the black one.
The black one
has
sucks.
The Wario logo in the front.
Yeah, what the hell is up with that?
No team has ever put a logo on the front of their helmet.
And the numbers are still on the side. It looks like a Pee-wee team, man. Those black uniforms suck.
The black uniforms are bad. The white ones are worse because it's not burgundy.
No, yeah. What is that color?
It's like a different. I don't know. I want to say like cherry red, maybe.
Also, they did a terrible job releasing the uniforms. The videos for the uniforms. Go ahead.
I posted a picture on Twitter of like the 3 different uniforms, and it was like McLaurin, Allen, and Chase Young wearing them. But you could like barely see what they were until like 2 hours later when they did their little wallpaper Wednesday thing. I'm pulling up a picture right now just so I can get another look at them. The red.
They all
the red
suck.
In the white uniform does not match the red in the home uniform.
Doesn't even match the red on the helmet.
Different shade.
I know. And what's up with like the?
Screw it up that badly.
What's up with like the mid shading? It goes like a little bit of white, red, white and red. It's like weird.
Yeah.
I absolutely despise the maroon, burgundy uniforms too, where it says Commanders in the front with the.
And I don't even like it.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
I think the white one had the most potential to be good, and they royally screwed it up. This one shot here where you can see like the shade of the helmet and then the numbers, it's such a joke. Like, I don't know how. When you spend this much time,
2 years.
That's what that's why I said from the beginning. I was like, I don't care if they take a while to do it. Just don't screw up the uniforms. Like, you have such a simple uniform. Just keep it relatively the same.
No, this is like an XFL team.
Exactly. With
like
an XFL name.
And the black, literally an AAF name. The black uniforms have nothing to them. Literally
Except for
nothing.
the DC flag on the shoulder, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, and then the other side has this like
Only nice
crappy
touch.
Commanders that says 1932. It's like, no, you haven't been the Commanders since 1932.
Yeah, okay, I forgot about that part, about the logo when it says established 1932. No, that's not. The other thing, another issue, I don't know what number I'm at this point, but I went on the Fanatic store and I was seeing like if they had jerseys up already. They do.
Oh,
You know who
yeah.
they're selling jerseys of?
Yeah.
Sean Taylor and John Riggins. Who is going to buy a Commanders jersey of old Redskins players?
And
Like someone who's deranged in the head.
You know what's funny? I look at the Fanatics, like picture of them, and they look worse than the ones on the mannequin. Like why does the yellow numbers have 2 white dashes in it on the 9? And the black numbers have it too.
Yeah.
Why do they have those random dashes? Why does the black uniform have nothing on it?
I don't know.
It is a black uniform with yellow numbers. I could have made that in my house. And dude, the Commanders in the front looks like a high school team.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a Madden created team.
The only thing they got right is the helmets. And besides the black one. The black one sucks too. So they got 50% of the helmets right.
Correct. Can't get over the red though. That's the thing that out of all of the things that they did, I'll put another picture in here.
No, it looks like a Wizards uniform.
Clearly. It is unbelievable that they chose that shade of red to go on the front.
It doesn't even match the helmet.
It's a completely different shade of red.
And what's up with those shoulder pads?
They look like the Cardinals.
They do look like the Cardinals.
Or someone said it's a knockoff Falcons or Cardinals uniform, which I think is 100% accurate. So I don't know. I tweeted this earlier, but honestly, I think I'd rather just have the football team.
And what's up with the logo?
I don't know why it took them 2 years to come up with the logo.
They added dashes to the football team logo. Why is that?
It looks better.
No, it looks better, but like, what does that have to do with, like, this team has nothing to do with Commanders. It's just the name of the team.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but like,
I don't know. There were ways to go where you wouldn't have that issue.
It's funny. The major issue about the Washington football team, just the name in general, is that you didn't have like a mascot. You know, you didn't have, and now you still don't have a mascot. Like, what the hell? What the hell's a command? Like, a commander of what? Not a football team, because.
Nope. Yeah, I don't know. I think I got out everything that I wanted to say. One last thing about the helmets. I said from the start, when they did the Washington football team helmets with just the numbers and they came out with that W, we said, like, throw the W on the helmet. That'll make it look better. So it took them 2 years to do that and screw up everything else that they could have possibly screwed up.
And then they were like, oh, they love the numbers so much, we'll have the Wario logo on the other one.
But I had a moment today where I was like, you know what? If they put together a decent product on the field, then it doesn't really matter. Which is a whole other issue of its own.
That I can help you fix right now. So, what do you guys have? Like the 16th pick, 15th, something like that.
11.
Oh, okay. I probably this is weird. It's now it's 11th. All right. So first off, how to fix the Washington Commanders, which Washington Commanders just sounds terrible.
It's such a mouthful, and there's no abbreviation for it.
Besides the cum. the cum. The Washington cum. But anyways.
Durs.
The Durs. You can do the Durs.
Dur.
Washington Durs. All right. So this is what the Washington Cums should do. They re-sign Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm.
And then draft Malik Willis. Just let him sit for a year. Let him learn.
That's it? That's your whole thing?
That's my plan.
You're killing me today.
Oh, what do you want me to say? I don't have like.
I thought you had this grand
Nah.
scheme. I thought you had like notes and like
Nah, I
I don't
liked
know,
it.
maybe a flow chart and
Nah, it
thought
wasn't.
web.
No,
No?
it's like Despicable Me. It's like first I minimize the moon, and then I shrink the moon, and I sit on the toilet. That was my plan. Was to re-sign Fitzpatrick, draft Willis. Maybe you trade back, get some extra picks, then draft Willis late in the first. He can build up his accuracy with Ryan Fitzpatrick being one of the smartest guys in football.
Build up accuracy.
You can learn it though. You can learn reads and learn how to throw the ball more accurately. And I think Ryan Fitzpatrick could help him do that. And then the next year, you let him loose.
I don't know. I don't know enough about like any of the quarterbacks, and I don't.
I listened to a thing today about all of them.
I swear, if they bring in somebody like Winston or Garoppolo, I'm gonna have a panic attack.
Even Winston?
Yes,
Winston at least would be an experience.
Winston would be exciting, but like, he's just Heineke, but better.
Yeah, that's true. God, I keep looking at these uniforms, and they are disgusting. Sorry. Hate to beat it.
And people when people on Twitter can make better uniforms than what you do, and just immediately like somebody tweeted and they're like, "Can we actually petition to change these uniforms?" And literally, nobody's asking for that much. It's literally just change the numbers to burgundy. Like use the freaking thing on Photoshop when you the eyedropper tool when you just choose the color. Just do that and move it down. Like why was that so difficult for them to accomplish?
I have no idea. If they could change that Commanders to say Washington, that'd be cooler too. And
yeah, I don't
want
to see the name Commanders anywhere.
Why
honest.
Did they get rid of the freaking yellow face mask?
I don't know. With these helmets, I don't mind it.
I think the helmets look cool, but I love that yellow face. It was a staple. They were so cool. It's all right.
I don't know. It all sucks. Yeah, it's literally somebody made a mock-up of the same exact uniform, and it looks so much better. They got rid of like the weird dots in there.
The dots are weird.
Diamonds. You look close enough, they look horrible. And like the different shades of like it goes to a lighter or white, I guess, on there. It looks pink from this picture. And they just made it solid burgundy.
I can't believe they soiled it this badly.
Yeah, I can. And that's the problem.
That's always.
So it's just another chapter in the depressing history of this once proud organization that's now complete dumpster fire.
Yeah,
and that's how I'll leave it.
All right, well, we can move on to some other not so fun news, but Brian Flores is suing the NFL because he thinks it's racially his actions the actions towards him have been racially discrimination, and I mean you can't blame the guy. I think he's right. Like I think he's gonna win this.
I don't know what proof he can use here, but I mean when you just look at it from the fact that he had back-to-back winning seasons with the Dolphins and then got fired and then like had interviews set up with the Giants and they hired Dable before they interviewed him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
they hired Dable before they even interviewed him. Apparently the Broncos in 2019, John Elway showed up drunk, which doesn't surprise me whatsoever. And what is damning about that one is that news comes out, and it comes out like a day later that they want to sell the team. That just screams guilty to me. Like, screams it. So,
well, it's not Elway's not the owner.
Oh, he's the GM.
But,
you're right.
But maybe that opens up a whole
can of worms over there.
Yeah. You don't want people poking around.
He was apparently offered $100K to lose each game, $100K per game to lose, and now he has no job right now. And do you think he'll people are saying he might not even get one?
That's what I was thinking, is that they could blackball him.
Yeah.
Which is why it takes a lot of stones to actually come out. Because I can't think of the last person to come after the NFL like this. Probably because immediately after they came after them, they did get blackballed. They didn't get another job. Because the NFL, I don't know if you know this, but the NFL does not like to change the way that it does things.
I also don't know if you know this,
inner workings.
Every owner of the NFL is an old white guy.
Or an old white woman.
Or an old white woman that is not gonna find this, fun to deal with. So I don't know. It does take a lot of stones. Props to him for really stepping up and calling out the NFL. And if Roger can't handle this, he should be done. Goodell, I mean.
Yeah, I agree. But the problem is, you know who kicks Goodell out?
Jerry Jones.
The owners.
Yeah.
Why would the owners kick him out?
Oh, exactly, because they're getting what they want right now.
Even if they lose this, I don't know what the legal proceedings look like at all in something like this, but even if they lose, I don't know, they probably make some adjustment to the rule that they just find a way to wiggle out of, like they do now with the Rooney Rule.
Yeah, like they do every time. You're right. It's just gonna be some shitty thing that they say, oh, we'll edit this clause in this rule, and Goodell will be like, sweet, done. And they'll call it a day. So it is a shame that this is probably going to go nowhere, and he hopefully will get. I still hope he comes to the Patriots, but he might never get a job again, and it's a damn shame.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'd like to think at least that he's a good enough coach where he should get a head coaching job. Really, he should have after this cycle of firings, he should be a head coach somewhere.
Oh yeah,
at least with a job in the NFL. Somewhere.
Did you see the good old boy Hugh Jackson came out today and said,
what has he been up to? What's Hugh been doing?
He's probably coaching. I think he's coaching some really obscure college team. But
makes sense.
He came out and said that
he tried to jump on the panel.
Yes. He tried to say, "Hey, my owner paid a fortune for me to lose every game." Did you see what Barstool headlined that article?
Oh my gosh!
What? They headlined it probable millionaire Hugh Jackson has said this. Yeah, he's back, baby. Hugh is back.
God. That's hilarious.
Incentivizing him to lose during the 2016-2017 season. He went 1-31. I don't think that's on purpose. But who knows?
Because he was a bad coach the next year too. It's not like
when they had Baker,
all of a sudden
when
they had the pieces, he was all of a sudden they were winning games. He got fired 7 games into the year because they still sucked.
They call him Huey Headlines for a reason.
I've missed Hugh.
I have too. I'm glad. When I saw that he was back, I was like, oh, Hugh. It's Hugh in a while. Oh, apparently the Browns made a statement on him. This represented head coach.
But also the other. Wait,
never mind. That's not real.
Surprise me that much about the Browns.
Oh no, I wouldn't surprise me that much either. And it wouldn't surprise me only because, they just sucked for so long that they
after that much losing, you might as well be all right, let's actually try to lose now, and then maybe things will turn around. It's clearly
and it did. It worked, honestly, if you think about it.
Miami was also the most obvious tank job that.
Oh, we knew they were tanking.
I've seen in the NFL.
Yeah, everyone in the world knew they wanted Tua.
It was Tua at the beginning of the season, which they ended up getting, even though they didn't have the number 1 pick, because Flores actually.
Yeah, he actually coached them.
A horrendous team.
No, it was tank for Tua.
Patrick, who is, the anti-tank machine.
Yes, that is true.
It just comes out and wins you games, and the GM's punching air.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, that was from day one. They traded everybody away. You know exactly. They signed Fitzpatrick and they traded for Rosen. You know exactly what you're getting into.
Did you see the Bill Belichick text messages between the two?
Mm-hmm.
When I first saw that,
all right. I thought that like Belichick was being outed as a racist or something. When I first like
no,
saw
so
that
was I.
headline.
So I was like trying to
It was
read
like-
it. I was like, what is going on? Like this doesn't seem bad at all. And then I read into it and figured out what it like actually was saying. I think Bill Belichick just doesn't know how to work an iPhone. I can't blame him. You see him with a Microsoft Surface? Bam! Chucking that shit all over the place. I saw a great
I love
picture.
when people like Belichick text in like exclamation points and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just not like the way that he would talk.
No,
at all.
not at all. And sorry about that, BB with a period. Oof.
BB. Yeah, as if he didn't know who he was texting. Like
No.
he had to sign off on that
Yeah.
one.
No, yeah. Exactly.
It's like, oh yeah, I've just been responding to this random guy for. Oh, it's BB.
No,
Now this
but it's
conversation
funny because
makes some
on the
sense.
other hand, it's like, oh, this guy Brian. Bill Belichick's like, oh, Brian, good job, Brian. I heard you had a good job, and he's like, Coach, I didn't have my interview yet. And he's like,
Yeah.
Must be the wrong Brian.
Yeah. Wait, so was he texting the wrong Brian or did he read the report wrong?
I think he either read the report wrong or texted the wrong Brian. And
Yeah, that's what I.
no, okay, I know. I know you just what you just said. But I didn't have an answer. That's basically what I was saying. I have no idea.
I couldn't tell by the description of it.
Yeah, neither could I. And what was I gonna say? It doesn't really like that. My initial thing from that, once I learned what it actually was, and I wasn't just confused. It didn't seem like that's gonna be enough.
Yeah, it could, and they put it on like the cover of the.
The lawsuit or whatever, yeah.
The lawsuit, yeah. And like that quote doesn't make any sense without any context.
No, and there's nothing to say like. It's not like Bill Belichick was like. Well, he did say like you're his guy, but it's not like he was like it's between you and the other Brian, and was like, I don't know. It's not like he was saying like, they're not. I don't know, but I guess he did say he was his guy, and if he got a mistake, it's got a mistake. You know, it's kind of not. It's not like it's. I don't know. It's not solid.
Well, no, it's the fact that they
hired him before interviewing.
They hired him before, right? Correct. That Flores had the interview set up, and it was known that Dable was already the guy.
Does that not
the interview?
Does that not happen all the time?
I don't know.
Like, I'm not trying to poke holes in his argument because, of course, I'm rooting for Brian Flores, but I don't know if that. I feel like that happens all the time.
Possible.
But yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew more about the story and I could, explain it more. But it is what it is, and we'll have to move on. Speaking of coaching, I was saddened to hear that our Jim Harbaugh was not coming back to the NFL. I thought he was going to sign with the Vikings. I was very excited for him and Kirk Cousins to take reign.
I thought he was going to take the Raiders job. Is that not the other one?
That was, yeah. I heard Raiders at first when that first happened. But now it's Josh McDaniels, which I actually like. Because
McDaniels, it's like every time he's in the mix for a job, and it's like he never gets. I don't think he wants to leave New England. And now I guess.
I don't know. I think
the ship is coming down.
No, I'm actually happy about it. I thought he did
like
I mean, it's not like he was a good head coach on the Broncos.
Well, I was about to say his other head coaching chance was with the Broncos, and it was like the Tebow team.
Yeah, yeah.
And he got fired, and they brought in Peyton.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think Josh McDaniels is kind of a bad coach, so I'm excited that he's moving.
It's a weird. It's like one of those hires where it's like because he worked for Belichick, and you can't really.
Well, you see, they got the GM too.
Running a good offense.
They got some assistant GM from the Patriots to make as their GM.
Oh. Okay.
So it's like they're just trying to do. Now they're the Patriots of the
Carbon
West.
copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to do what the Lions tried to do. Didn't
Yep,
work.
that usually works.
Yeah, exactly. They've had a serious history of that working.
Mhm.
You know, it's funny. The only one that works was Brian Flores, and now look at him. God. All right. Well, speaking of the Patriots, Mr. Tom Brady is officially retired.
How did it? Man, it took us 52 minutes to get to Brady.
I want to keep it for the end. You know, wrap it up with Brady.
Did he hurt your feelings with the initial retirement post?
He did a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been hurt by it.
I was like the more I read it, the angrier I was. I was like, he's got St. Petersburg on there, but you don't have any of New England.
Yep.
I don't know. I hope if he doesn't sign a one day and retires as a Buck, I'm actually gonna be angry.
So I saw that report. Was that a fake report?
I thought it was a real report. I saw things saying it was a fake report. And then I saw another report saying that it was back. And now it's like, who knows what's gonna happen? Right now, if you look up Brady one-day contract, the first two things is Brady not signing a one-day contract to retire the Patriots, and then the next thing is Brady will sign a one-day contract to sign the Patriots.
I mean, that's basically how the retirement news was broke too. After it was like Brady's retiring, and then 30 minutes later, Brady was like, "I didn't say that."
And after seeing his Instagram post and knowing that, this was coming, it's a damn shame that Scheffner had to ruin it.
I know.
What a tool.
That's what he does.
Nah, it is what he does.
Him and Woj both do that. Woj just spoils draft picks just because he can.
That's true. And he does, but Woj does it in a funny way. He's like, it looks like they're keeping their eye on this guy, and it's like, all right. So the thing that sucks about those two is that now you don't even have to watch the NBA draft because all the picks have already happened 30 minutes before. But anyways, that's we're not talking about the NBA.
Yeah,
right
Twitter
now.
has ruined the draft.
Oh yeah, both of them.
Stay off of it, but you have to be on Twitter to have everybody's commentary on the picks.
That's true. But all right, back to Brady. Before we get too off track, if he doesn't retire as a Patriot, I'm actually gonna be mad.
Yeah, there's no reason for him not to.
No, there isn't. And
I mean, when we look back in 10 years, no one's gonna remember him on the Buccaneers.
No,
They'll be like, oh yeah, and then he went and won one other ring in Tampa.
Yes,
yeah, that's crazy that he did that.
And
but no,
and I get it. He was playing on the Bucs when he retired, so I get the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wasn't so mad when the NFL kept posting him in the Bucs uniform for all their graphics. Yeah. It's like, all right, he just retired from actually playing as the Buccaneers.
Yeah, right.
And people were saying, oh, he thanked the Patriots 2 years ago. It's like he didn't retire from football 2 years ago.
Yeah,
he still kept playing football. And I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but have you seen his stories? Mm-hmm. His stories, I think, has probably 30, 40 things on it where you can just that shows that top line and it segments each story post. It's like a dots. Really, really tiny. It's like the dots on the Washington football team logo or the Commanders logo.
Break.
And
I see it now.
It's crazy.
He's one of those guys that just reposts everything that someone tags him in. I hate those people. Yes, he is.
But I don't know. They love what am I gonna say? The media. The media loves to see Tom Brady not thank the Patriots and then Tom Brady not immediately sign a one-day contract to retire. Because they're like, he's slander. He's taking a jab at the Patriots. Yeah. Like, all right, calm down. I'm sure he's not mad at the Patriots. Why would he be?
Yeah.
And also with the one-day contract thing, can you even sign a one-day contract right now? Don't you have to wait till the Super Bowl's over and the new year starts?
I have no idea.
I don't know how that works legally within the realms of the Super Bowl and the season and stuff. But I guess maybe you can. No. I don't know. But it's a shame. I'm glad he's retired. Glad he's going to be known as a Patriot. He didn't play for Tampa for too long, which was nice. If he won 2 rings there, I was going to get worried. And but, it's it's not much to say. He's the GOAT, and it's great that he ended on top. Like the fact that he ended, and you can argue that he has left years off the table, is pretty insane.
Mm-hmm. It's the playoffs are going to be so much different without him, and like I'm not like a Brady fan, but I'm not a hater of him, and I think that when he's in the playoffs, like it's annoying. Then at the same, especially towards the end of his career, it was just like, oh man, here he goes again. Like let's see what he can pull off this time. And like that's just something that's exciting to have every year.
No, it is exciting,
and became that like godlike.
He became the Terminator.
To do anything, yeah.
He couldn't be dead until you took his head off, and he's the greatest competitor of all time. He was never like we talked about Joe Burrow. That's how Tom Brady feels all the time. Like I think that's how he makes breakfast in the morning. Like he's
not when he gets sacked. He freaks out when he gets sacked.
All right, well maybe a little bit, and then he comes down and drives down the field and freaking beats. But it's insane how for once Father Time is beaten. He beat him.
Yeah, he did.
And
44 is incredible. We're never gonna see that again.
No, we're never gonna see it again. Unless, you could talk about, and I don't think we're ever gonna see 7 Super Bowls again. Definitely not 10 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you look at a guy like Mahomes and you look at how stacked that team is right now, and the competition that they're facing, and it's like they should be onto their at least second ring right now. But that team is going to not fall apart, but they're going to lose pieces when his contract kicks in. They're going to have to pay all their studs.
And that's the other thing about
like 4 other quarterbacks in the AFC right now.
Yeah, that are great.
Think about how tough it is to win a ring in one season. He did it 7 times. Given that he played for 30 years, but it's still an impressive ratio.
And he played for 22 years, 20 as a starter. If you don't count the year he tore his ACL.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And he went to 10 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. That is 50% of his career. He ended the season in the Super Bowl. And then like you talk about, especially in basketball with like the long postseason. And I know it's not as long as the NBA's postseason is, but that's still draining to go and play for 10 Super Bowls. And you just mentioned the Mahomes, where he has a stacked team. He's got all those pieces in his rookie contract. Now he won't have any of that. You know what? Brady never had a stacked team. When he did, he went 16-0 and lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they lost.
So the fact that he has been doing this with, like, he would always have a good defense. It was never a bad defense. But he would never, like, especially towards the end when he won, he would be winning with Edelman, and all he would ever need is Gronk and a short guy.
Gronk and a solid defense, and they'd be fine.
And they'd be
you're right about it. I didn't really think about that. When you look at those teams, none of them, aside from the 16-0 team, do you even put in, like, if you're doing like a top 10 greatest teams ever. When you're looking at the Michael Jordan Bulls, like 2 or 3 of those teams are the greatest 5 teams ever.
Yeah. Yeah, and like early in his career, it was like Troy Brown, and his defense was stacked, and that, like, you could say like he had some menacing defenses that helped him out, but he never won with that guy as his wide receiver,
Yeah.
So it's really impressive, man, and he holds every record in the book, and it won't be touched for a long. And actually, now with the 17-game seasons, his records might get shattered, but.
Yeah, I think that's possible.
I think just because of the way, and he played. People forget that. Yeah, he started crying about calls towards the end, but he got messed up at the beginning of his career. He would get slammed on the ground because that was when you could actually tackle quarterbacks in the NFL. So, props to the guy. Not much to say left, but glad it happened. Glad I got to witness it. Glad I named after him. All good times. All right. I think that's it, right? Any last things?
I got nothing.
Sweet. All right, Friday you want to do the QB carousel, right?
course.
Yeah. All right. So Friday, check us live. We're gonna be going over our predictions for every team's quarterback. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blast for next year, of course. And then see everyone the Friday for happy hour.